Paging Reese Matthews. Paging Reese Matthews. Waiting on Reese Matthews. As usual. Waiting on Reese Matthews. Hi. All right, ninjas, it's 11 a.m. I don't know where Reese is, but he'll get this eventually. So let me get everybody's attention here, and we'll get started. Thank you so much for coming to our 2021. Actually, Casey, can you turn the music down? Thank you, everybody, for coming to our 2021 Action Nnl Skills Qualifier. We had a lot of fun with this event yesterday with the kids. I was surprised at how quickly everything ran. For you guys today, we're going to compete. Everybody, first of all, thank you guys all for adjusting to any wave change. We just looked at the signups and we were like, "There's Reese." We were like, "Why are we wasting you guys' entire day when we can just as easily do it?" And it'll be more exciting. It'll be more compressed live stream, so it'll make for a better event. You guys are going to be competing in groups. It's almost kind of like a gymnastics type thing. You're going to be in 5 groups that are going to move throughout the gym to the different events. You're going to score points in those different events. Today we have a group of elites, a group of masters, a group of young adults, a group of adults, and one mixed group of adults and masters. The rules are the same for the adults and masters, so don't worry about that. Depending if you're in that group and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm getting smoked by these adults." If you're in the masters group, don't worry about it. You're competing against your... Or it could be the other way around. Maybe the masters are smoking the adults. Sorry, Josh. No disrespect. No disrespect. So here's a little overview. Obviously, the coaches are going to go over the specifics of the rules of each event when you get there to your stations. I'm going to announce what groups you're in here in just a little bit as soon as someone hands me a list. But a couple things we do ask. When you're in here inside the gym, I know we're all getting towards the end of this pandemic thing. Hopefully some of you guys have gotten vaccinated at this point. It's great, but we're going to ask that you still wear your masks when you're inside, even when you're competing. If you need to step outside to get some fresh air, that's totally fine. Nnl rules do apply. It's not a NINA event, so you cannot touch the obstacles before your first attempt, which brings me to my next exciting point. Some of these events, you're going to get multiple attempts. Specifically here on the balance run and on the cliffhanger, you're going to get 3 attempts to throw down your fastest run. It's something new that we're trying. I assume it's within the rules, but we're going to take your best time. So your best time on those 2 events. On the other ones, the pegboard, the sled push warp wall, and the rope climb, you get 1 attempt on those. All obstacles or all events should have a maximum time limit of 1 minute. Okay, so you get a maximum of 1 minute even on these 3 attempts over here. So like on the cliffhanger, each time you go down, you'd have 1 minute to do that. Like I said, the coaches will go over the rules, the specifics rules with you. They're very straightforward when you get there. And we have course judges at each location. Make sure that the course judge has your name on their iPad before you're going. It's not your responsibility, but just help them out. Make sure, we know who a lot of you guys are, even with your mask, but tell them your name so we can make sure we have it right. I'm going to be announcing on the live stream. You won't hear me on the microphone while you guys are competing because there's just too much going on. I don't want to screw anybody up. So if you go back and watch the live stream later, who knows, I might say something funny about you. Other than that, I just need my list of groups. Okay, great. So I'll continue to BS. The cool part about today is we actually picked up some sponsors over the pandemic. If you guys haven't seen us in a while, at the beginning of last year, a company called 10,000 reached out after we had purchased some of their stuff and said, "Hey, we really want to help out gyms that are hurting this year. And would you be interested in being a sponsored gym for us?" I said, "Absolutely. I love clothes." So they decided they were going to sponsor this event today. The winners of the elites, adults, and masters divisions, both men and women, will get $200 gift cards to 10,000.com. Their stuff's awesome. I haven't taken off this hoodie since I bought it. I actually bought 2 more. Paid full price for it. No, actually I didn't. There's a promo code for those of you who don't win. Action Athletics is just all one word, promo code. But go over to 10,000. Their stuff is awesome. I personally think it's better than Lululemon, but whatever. NinjaWorks has been working hard for us all weekend. These guys are the best in the business. NinjaWorks, like every time we run an event, they come up with something new for us. They were actually able to make that 3 attempt thing happen kind of at the last minute for us. That's how good they are. I gave them like 24 hours, and they're like, "Sure, let's program this whole new thing." Stage 4 designs, as you can see, if you haven't been here in a while for the NENA Championship, our Hall Brawl obstacle was a big hit at the NENA Tier 4 Championship. Stage 4 designs has a boatload more in store for our traditional qualifier, which is in 3 weeks. It'll be May 1st and 2nd. The registration for that opens tomorrow at noon. You can go to actionathletics.com and register for our traditional event. And I've got so many fun obstacles for you guys for that one. So please join us for then. It's going to be an indoor-outdoor affair, maybe a mega wall. We'll see what happens in that event, okay? I'm running out of stuff to talk about here, guys. You need what now? You only have to do that on day 1. You don't have to do National Anthem on day 2. National Anthem. Pfft. We did that yesterday. Was it? Me? Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Angeli. What? Where is it? I want to announce him. Can I announce him from the office? I'm sick of standing in front of these people. God. Okay. I guess he has had one job. Like, I don't know what's taking this list. All right, so listen up, everyone, because here's how we're going to get started. Group 1, this is going to be the elite group. I'm going to tell you who you are. I'm going to tell you where you're going, and I'm going to tell you who your coach is going to be, okay? So, elites, Casey Rothschild, Mia Lazarevich, Guang, I always screw up your last name, Guang, I'm sorry. Reese Matthews, Drew Becker, and Matt D'Amico. You guys are going to start in the warp wall room with Coach Matt on the sled wall push. Group 2 is going to be young adults. That is Annelise Grady, Michaela Holman, Aiden Shanley, Ben Rosenblatt, Carter Smith, and Tyler Chasen. You guys are going to be in the action room first. You guys are going to be doing the rope climb first. We're going to be with Coach Casey. Masters is going to be Group 3. Masters group is going to be Rachel Abelo, Stacy Malloy-Prey, Eric Loiseau. So I screw his name every time, too. Good. You're a champion in my book, man. Greg Barrett, Josh Schreiber, Michael Leoncavallo, Paul Rand, and Tim Keenan. You guys are all going to be Group 3, all masters. You're going to start right here in the middle of the floor on the balance challenge. Balance challenge first. Mixed group next. This is going to be adults and masters. It's going to be Ellie, Caitlin Grenier, Brian Biddleman, Daniel Harlow, and Dinesh. You guys are going to be on the cliffhanger first. The cliffhanger first. And then the final Masters division. What? Oh, sorry. That's all. Hold on. Also part of that group that's going to be on the cliffhanger is Bev, Daria, Gary, and Craig Stowell. You guys are going to be a part of that group as well. You're all going to the cliffhanger first. And finally, our adults are all our adults. So Jessica St. Dennis, Nikki McDonald, Robin Pippert, Shell Edge, Dave Vergara, Greg Busco, Jack Boisclair, Kyle Francoeur, and Tyler Mavizian. You guys are going to be on the pegboard first. You're heading to the back corner of the gym with Coach Ethan and Pardo. You guys are going to be on the pegboard first. So everyone should be headed towards their specific areas. If you're still confused as to where you're going, just let me know. All right. So as our competitors make their way to their groups, good luck. Nice job, Shell. Thought you wouldn't see it. Oh, boy. All right, coaches, I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 minutes to explain to your athletes what they're doing. And then we're going to set our wave timer and get you guys going. All right, as our athletes get set here, you can see them kind of milling around the obstacles, asking some questions, and getting to the last minute instructions from their coaches about what's in play and what's not. So in case you missed it during the original announcements, the elite group is in the sled wall room first. Now, the elite group for this, their rules are a little bit different than some of the other groups. I'll make sure everybody knows what that is. They will be required to push the sled. We've now added additional weight from yesterday. I believe the sled is up to 115 pounds on top of the 87 that's there, so it's a little over 200 pounds. They're going to have to push it down the track over the line that's just off the screen there. But you can see their body there at the bottom of the screen. And then elites will be running 4 14-foot warp walls, and then, or sorry, 3 14-foot warp walls, and then pulling the sled back over the line. They'll have 1 minute to accomplish that task. So this first group here in the sled wall, you're going to see them push the sled over, run 3 14-foot warp walls, and then pull the sled back over the line for time. With the, the adult group, I believe, is on the pegboard right now. They have up to 12 scoring zones. You can see them there on the screen. Coach Ethan's explaining that. Those scoring zones will come into effect as soon as the competitor is fully engaged with the most forward scoring zone. So that means the peg can actually stay in a zone behind them, but if all their weight is on a hand on the furthest one, they will receive the point for that scoring zone, so even if they go back. Competitors on the next one, the cliffhanger, were apparently asking if they could touch the yellow sun with a foot. That is illegal. This is a hands-only obstacle. So, which brings me to the next obstacle, the cliffhanger today. Now, if you were watching yesterday, you noticed that we had the National Ninja League signature nunchuck hanging there in the middle. Today, we've swapped that out for what we call a birdhouse around here. It's basically like a ledge hold. We did put a 3-ball climbing boom brick there on the front of it. And these competitors, every group except the elites will be allowed to use both the front and the back of that birdhouse. Elites will only be allowed to use the boom brick on the front. Questions keep pouring in. I gotta love these adult and masters competitors. They're always full of creative ideas. One competitor just asked on the balance run if they could start behind the start block and get some momentum into the run. The answer to that is no. They have to start on the green starting platform as per Nnl rules. And they will run down the balance line to the spinning disc at the far end. So you'll notice that we've swapped out the spinning disc and added a half barrel on the top of it, which creates a little bit more of an unstable situation. It's closer for the adults and masters. The elites, it'll be turned 90 degrees, which makes it a little bit more difficult there as Coach Paulina yells into the cliffhanger camera. Get a good shot of her ponytail today. And finally, the rope climb. Slightly different rules today. Competitors in the young adult, you do see the young adult group in there now. Young adults group are required to, hold on here a second. Wow, I guess they're done with rules already. So we will put 10 minutes on the clock. I know. One more goes up. Sure, yes. It's just going to cost them time. Yes, all right, so one of our pegboard competitors was asking if they could move the pegs while still on the platform. If they're tall enough to do it, then absolutely. All right, here we go with this round. So the action here is going to be very interesting in both the rope, across the board, this is going to be great, but just to draw your attention to some interesting competitors here. In the young adult group, they are going to have to touch the bell at the top, and then their butt has to touch the ground before they're allowed to re-engage. They are allowed to use their arms, but they need their butts to touch at the bottom. So there's Matt D'Amico with one run up to 14. 2 runs up to 14. Just really short throwing it. Wow, Matt. 3 runs up to 14. Now he's got to pull. Oh, but stumbles a bit there. Trying to go a little too hard. Going one hand. Still, wow. 22.19 size. 3 warp walls didn't even slow him down. My God. Annelise Grady up to 4 completed reps on the rope climb. And Brian Biddleman closing in on the tail end of his minute here to make his way back to the end. Can he get there? 5 seconds. And couldn't get to the finish platform. Man, so close. This group is going to be super exciting, guys. I love the competitiveness of these guys, but also the camaraderie across the board with the adults. I also love how much the masters complain about how hard everything is. I can proudly say I'm a member of the Masters division myself. All right, now Ellie is here trying to negotiate the birdhouse. Elects to just use the blue, which might have been a miscue there. She can grab the back. She's in just the regular adult division. Now here's Nikki on the pegboard. She's using that same overhand technique that we saw yesterday with the kids. Ooh, Mia pushing that sled. She's a trainer. She knows how to do this stuff. Now, for Mia, the tough part here is going to be the 14-foot warp. She works on this every open gym when she comes in. And though it was part of her kit not more than just a few years ago, lately, I don't know if she had an injury or something. It's just kind of gotten in her head. She's been working on it a lot. Looks like Nikki's getting a little hung up here on the pegboard, too, as she tries to get that 6th point. There she goes. Backwards. No, she's got to get the left hand up on the top peg and then get into the lock-off. We saw that yesterday with the kids as well. Mia showing a little bit of frustration here. She just can't get up this warp wall. But the reason why we left that in there is this is a skills challenge. And if you don't have a 14-foot warp wall, that's okay. You have 4 other events that you can score in, and that's completely fine. It's meant to test your skill. That doesn't mean you're going to be successful in everything. If you're going to compete elite, like Mia is, then Sometimes you got to eat a little bit of humble pie, and she'll probably be the first person to tell you that. But it's okay. Like I tell my daughters all the time, it is not okay to quit. It is okay to lose. All right, Michaela Holman up for her third. Yep, back down on her butt. She hit the ground hard there. Oh, Daniel Harlow just going full send on that first attempt. Good thing we put the fluffy mats under there. Whew. Kyle Francoeur just repping it out. There he goes. Releases his hand. Gets the point there. And now he's making his way back. Let's see what Dinesh has for this cliffhanger in his first attempt. Dinesh, a relative newcomer to Ninja. He came back. What happened there? Oh, apparently Paulina didn't start him. Okay. She's going to ice him a little bit here. All right, True Becker up on the sled wall. This will be his only attempt on the sled. Let's see what kind of time he can throw down. Always one of the fastest ninjas out here. We know he's got warp balls for days. Back down, short throw. Ooh, nice. One more. Gets there with the touch. Now can he stay on his feet on the pull back. It's 200 pounds. Nice. True just always delivering 20 seconds there. It's like impossible to slow these guys down. God. Carter using his long reach to get that rope climb and just selling out his butt when he gets down to the bottom. Josh Schreiber, not known for his agile legs, struggling a little bit here on the balance run. We work on that a lot with him in preparation for A&W this season. We've spent a lot of time working on Josh's agility and his balance. It looks like these masters are really making a mess of this balance run. Oh my God. These old people with their old hips, they just can't get them going. They got lots of other events. Now Guang, another relative newcomer to the ninja scene. He's a regular here on Friday nights for Open Gym. Wow, an aggressive short throw on that 14. There steps back a little bit more in this attempt. Gets all three. These guys are smoking this thing. And stays on his feet to the end. A solid pull. Slightly off at True's time, just 22 seconds. Yeah, there we go. Slides him. Ooh, edged out Matt D'Amico by 8/1000ths of a second. We would have no way of being able to calculate that if it weren't for our NinjaWorks timing system here. That's maybe we could do a cross-promotional thing and take it down to the 10,000ths of a second. And, you know, then we could get a triple cross-promotion going. Maybe we'll do that in Stage 4. Stage 4 designs, elevating obstacles. Seamless destroy. Now, Casey into the sled wall pull. On her second warp wall attempt. Nice. Casey's cardio has really come on this season. She's been doing workouts with the action team twice a week, putting in the time. Man, look at her just slam that sled back there. Wow, 26 seconds. That's going to be easily in the first place there for Casey, which will be a good score here. Now let's see how Gary Samoji is able to handle this cliffhanger here. Gary, one of our older Masters division competitors, but he's always a regular at these comps. Loves to get out and compete. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job of hanging himself there as Paul Ram can't quite figure out this balance. Dave. Wow, Reese Matthews struggling a little bit here on this 14. He missed one. That's going to take a lot of extra gas just to get that last rep. He managed to pull it off here. But he's also super light. And the sled pull, he's a gymnast. So these, big muscle events could be a bit of a struggle for Reese. But he still manages to get it done. 42.83. Glad to see that he accomplished that. Sled rope climb finished. Oh, man, did I miss Tyler on the rope climb? Or is he up next? Bev's going to kind of just bail it out there on the. Oh, good. Tyler did good. Awesome. 49 seconds. Moves him into second place there. Bev just bailed on the cliffhanger. She was just having none of that. Daria looking a little uneasy about how to mount this thing. Again, we kind of did that on purpose. But there she goes. Once she's on it, she's fine. It's just a matter of getting out to it. we talked about that yesterday with some of the kids. It's a commitment thing, jumping to something, knowing you can catch yourself. They're all part of the ninja skills family. There she goes. She knows she can use the backside of it. Waits for her swing to line up. Now, one thing I would worry about with Daria here is time. Because if she gets out to the sun with about 30 seconds, she's probably going to be a little bit slower on the way back, so this becomes an endurance thing. But she did get a point there for touching the sun, so she at least scored there. Nice. She's hearing the cheers from her fellow competitors. She's just under 20 seconds. If she can make this grab, it's possible. Daria Beard, one of our top competitors here in the Masters Division in the Nnl. Oh! Just couldn't hold on there to the end. I mean, 1 minute is a long time to be up on a cliffhanger obstacle. It's just the clock's ticking on your grip tank there. Tyler lets go on the pegboard. He's been at it for almost 40 seconds. Got some score corrections coming in here to the booth, making sure Tyler gets credit for his last completed. Ethan just making sure that Tyler gets his last completed obstacle there. Brian making his way back. Now Brian, I think, just timed out on his last one. Don't listen to the horn. There you go. Come on, Brian. You got plenty of time. Oh, but he jumped back into the pit. So he still only gets credit for the one. 22 seconds out, though. Not too bad there. All right, so it looks like Cliffhanger is our only one that's left here. Good, and it looks like our competitors do know that they do get redemption time. So especially on the balance, Greg's got to keep his chest up. All right, so Pegboard and Cliffhanger are our obstacles that are still going. I don't think our young adults will complain too much about a little extra rest time, or the elites. And Jessica St. Dennis here is waiting. Or she's on the pegboard. Ellie's waiting on the Cliffhanger. All right, Ellie's second run here. Out on the Cliffhanger. Let's see if she learned anything between round 1 and round 2. Maybe she grabs the back side of that birdhouse this time. There we go. Smart. Much smoother transition. See how much easier that is. Much better, Ellie. That's good. We love to see ninjas get out and adapt. Nice. As she makes her way back. All right. She's got a good chance of completing this here. And Jessica St. Dennis gets a last point there with only a couple of seconds left to go. Ellie's got to keep her endurance up as she makes her way. She had 2 more holds to go. Oh, she tried for that aggressive move. Would have been better off going up to the yellow and dropping back down. But maybe she felt like she was just running out of gas. Yep, shaking her hands out here. That was definitely, definitely a little tough there. Okay. Looks like some of the adults are having a good time over here in this balance run. Hopefully we don't break any hips or any knees. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Oh. I don't know. I'll have to check with the booth on this one. I don't know if we had any balance run competitors make it. We had one finisher, Eric. Nina champion, Eric Lozelle, managed to get it done. So that's all right. Balance isn't exactly the master's thing. All right, so the masters in this group have, I think this is the mixed group? No. Yes, the mixed group on the Cliffhanger route right now. We took a straw poll, and they were all perfectly fine to only get 2 attempts on this Cliffhanger both for the sake of time, but also for the sake of their hands. They're just no need to really. We'll just call it a pass on their final attempt there. So they'll get 2. Competitors always have the option of getting 3, and as far as the elites go and the young adults, they'll probably take all 3 of them. But, as you get older, you just don't have the same level of endurance. Here's Daniel Harlow making his way back. He's got plenty of time. He did have plenty of time, but, oh, man, just feeling the... Well, moved him into 4th place. That's nice. 25 seconds out. That's why we put that sun out there. We want him to at least have something to show for an effort. I mean, it would be pretty bad if the only way you scored on that event is if you finished. You didn't even get a single point. So most of these competitors can at least get out to the sun. If you're hearing the crowd in the background, they're still having a lot of fun on this balance run over here, just trying to figure it out. This is the kind of stuff that, this is why we waited to host this event. We wanted people to have the opportunity for some redemption time. We didn't just want an in and out, there was your run, you're done kind of thing. Because having fun doing Ninja is really what it's all about. Competing is great, and everybody loves hardware and 10,000 gift cards and discount codes and all that stuff. And moving on, but at the end of the day, we're a Ninja community devoted to each other and to having a lot of fun in the sport that we all love. So we got 2 finishers. All right. Interesting. Did Jack get all of his weight off that last peg? As Dinesh is almost home on this one. Oh, my God, that last hold. As we suspected, Jack did get the full clear on the pegboard right there. His weight did come off that trailing peg, which got him the point for that one. So glad to hear that. We had a finisher. All right, so in our adult division, we did get a finisher on the pegboard. Ethan just confirming that he hit finish. So Craig's trying to come back, but she's got him. Coach Paulina with the save as Craig makes a hot run off the back here. All right, so a couple more competitors here. This is a rather large group that we put on the cliffhanger first, so it's just taken a little while to get through, especially when every competitor has the endurance to hang up there for a minute, but they're unable to complete the obstacles. Oh, we had 2 finishers on the pegboard. Look at that. So Dave Vergara, coach of the Forte Ninjas youth team, does a good job with their program down there on the Cape. If you're ever down in the Cape area, go say hi to Dave at Forte Ninjas. And Jack Boisclair, 59 seconds flat, managed to get himself 12 points there and slide into 2nd place. As we see Eric try to bull ride this balance run around the bend there to line it up to go back. He just doesn't want to turn his hips. And now Gary Samoji with his 2nd bid on the, nope. Gary just didn't have quite the endurance to get that done. Let's see if Bev can mount this thing. That's our goal here, is just to get Bev on the obstacle. She struggles with her confidence a little bit, especially when she's up high. I mean, if you look at her on that platform, her head is 10 feet easily off the floor. And, even though there's fluffy mats below her, you just don't take risks with your body when you get to be a certain age. Mats or no. But she's getting the encouragement from Daria. She's getting it from Coach Paulina. Everybody wants her to reach out for this thing. It's literally 6 inches away from her hand. All she had to do was lean. Young or old, we saw that yesterday with a competitor in our, I think it was a preteen division, might have been the teens. It's just 6 inches away, and yet it feels like a mile. And they just can't bring themselves to do it. It's a self-preservation instinct, very strong. Now we have Daria making her way down. I believe, if I remember correctly, she came very close to finishing her last run. Yeah, her time was just running out. She missed one hold there at the end. But 38 seconds, still doing pretty well on time. Got to touch that sun. There she goes. Okay, gets the point. Now 30 seconds back the other direction. That's it. Okay, a little bit ahead, but couldn't. All right, well enough. Good? Okay. All right, Ninjas, that was a really exciting first round, especially on the cliffhanger. So here's how we're going to rotate through the gym. Sled push is going to move to rope climb. Rope climb is going to move to pegboard. Pegboard's going to move to balance. Balance is going to move to cliffhanger. Cliffhanger is going to move to sled push. Okay? So we're rotating counterclockwise around the gym. Oh, yeah, there you go. You get a great shot of me on the main floor. Here, big shout out to our sponsor, 10,000 today, 10,000.cc, for some of the best workout gear you're ever going to find. Coaches, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to explain the obstacle to your competitors, and then we will get started. 5 minutes, coaches, to explain the obstacles to your competitors, and then we will get them started. These look great on ladies as well. These are both the same. Great looking stuff. Makes you feel like $1 million. As we pop back in here on the live stream, and don't distract the competitors with my bad jokes out on the floor. We've got Eric taking a look at the leaderboard up there. We do have a giant projector screen here on the back wall so competitors can see the same stuff that you guys are seeing at home, so you get to see Shell's silly dance. Just put a camera on people, man. Just like, they let loose. All right, there we go. We got, there's our adult men's division. So Dave Vergara sitting in first place after one event. Dinesh, Jack, Brian, and Tyler round out the top 5. Shell sitting in first place. Perhaps that's why she was doing a little happy dance there. She's really excited. Nikki, Ellie, Jessica, and Caitlin round out your top 5 there. But Robin's going to have a chance to bounce back here in the next event. Nina, men's champion for Masters. Eric sitting in the top spot there with Gary actually coming in second in that last event. And, yep, Daria there at the top of the leaderboard. Stacy Malloy Frey, look at her sitting in second place right there. So, yep, no big surprise to find Trubecker at the top of the leaderboard. It's a place he tends to find himself more often than not. And newcomer Guang sitting in second place. That's great. Matt D'Amico and Reese rounding out the 4 there. Casey and Mia going to be battling it out today in that elite women's division. So, as we check back in with our broad spectrum view here, you guys look at our sponsoring league, the Nnl, our logo, and 10,000, our title sponsor here for this event. And our coaches are just spending the final few minutes here explaining the subtleties of each event to the athletes. They'll all give me a thumbs up when they're ready to go. And hopefully we get another round of exciting action. It's really cool to see this, especially after the past year that we've had, able to kind of space everyone, out around the gym, into the warp wall room, into the back part of the gym with the pegboard there, and then in these middle sections. I can tell you, in about 3 weeks, we're going to have our regular, traditional skills competition, as it looks like Ethan started them a little early over on the pegboard, but that's okay. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll probably put a little bit more time on the clock here anyway, because 10 minutes probably isn't going to be enough to get through this. All right, we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock for these. We have a little larger groups today with the adults, just a little bit more manageable. As we see Josh Schreiber trying to negotiate that birdhouse. Josh spends a lot of time climbing over at Central Rock in Watertown, but oof, fingers looking gassed on that one. He'll get a second attempt, though. I think it'll be okay. Who we got here? Mia on the rope climb. She's a gymnast. Come on, she should be used to this all day long. Shaking out her hands. After the first one, come on, Mia. She probably hasn't done this in quite a while. The legless rope climb. Ooh, and you know what? Missing it at the top like that takes so much out of you. Yeah, now I don't blame her for shaking out her hands. When you think you're there and then you miss it and you have to reset. As Ellie gets her 12-foot and 14-foot. Look at that leg power as she drags that sled back. Good job, Ellie. Nice. Solid run, 25 seconds. Mia got 2 and then goes to the corner to stretch her arms out, a la Pete Dillman. Greg Barrett on the cliffhanger and Michaela Holman on the pegboard, both about halfway through their time. Woo. Dave Vergara goes for a spin on the balance. Greg now, his daughters did very well yesterday in the Mature Kids competition. Oh, Greg bounces off the front. Can't catch it with your chest, Greg. But 15 seconds out puts him in first place for the Masters. Yeah, Greg's daughters, Lily and Charlotte, taking first and third place yesterday in the preteens. So, good weekend for the Barrett family. Caitlin get the touch at the top there. Nope. Judge says no. We can barely see it there, right behind that air conditioning unit. It's all the way up at the ceiling here, which makes these walls at action a little more daunting. For people who aren't used to training here, you're literally running up, and there's about 3 inches between the top of the warp wall and the ceiling. So you literally feel as though your head is just going to right up there to the top. It's a little bit of a fear factor, if you want to call it, that you have to get over. All right, True Becker, the legless rope climb. True Becker also has a gymnastics background. Wow, he's already up to 5 in the second zone. That's 6. Maybe he has enough for 2 more in him here. Abs are starting to go now. Can't keep those legs up. Coach Casey says he got that last one. 5 seconds. True's a strong finisher. No, not on the rope climb, though. The great equalizer, the rope climb. All right, Carter Smith. Looking like he's sporting some tape on his hands there. Maybe the rope. Oh, wow. Manages to hang on. Wow. Carter just fighting with everything he's got to get that 6th point with his bad hand. He's there. Wow, 6 points for Carter Smith, and that was a hard-fought 6. Moves him into first place in the young adult division, though. We'll see if his teammates can do any better. Oh, looks like Carter gets 7 points there as our judge, Ethan, comes in and says he did manage to get that 7th point. All right, Guang, 7 seconds in. Wow, he's fast up that rope. Daniel Harlow loses a shoe. Loses both shoes. Blew both his shoes off on the 14-foot. That's going to cut into his time a bit. I hope he at least got the wall. Nope, he's going to go back for another attempt. Come on, Dan, you got to tie those things up tight, man. Get it. Oh. So in the adult division, the adults are required to run a 12-foot and a 14-foot warp wall before they can re-engage the sled and pull it back over the top. So Daniel got his first point at 5 seconds in. Stacy had a short run there on the cliffhanger. Looks like Guang just about done there with 5 reps on the rope climb. I'll be interested to see how Casey's hands hold up on this. Now, Rachel Avila, another one much like Bev, who just a little confidence thing to get out there onto the cliffhanger. That'll need a few seconds, but once she's on, she goes. Oh, look at those L's. Flexing it out on that cliffhanger.
You got this, you got this.
Rachel Avila looking strong these days. I like it. As Danish throws himself up the 14.
You can do it.
There he goes. Gets the grab, and now I believe he can lead. Now, he had asked if he could just grab the handles of the sled. Okay, he didn't choose to grab the actual the rope on it. And Dave Vergara moves into first place on the balance run with a finish. 10 seconds. Nice job. Looks like Rachel couldn't make it all the way out to get the point there at the end. And Nash moves into first place the sled wall for the adults. Casey moves ahead of Mia with 3 reps. That may have been a little bit of strategy there, just to get ahead of Mia and not really gas her hands out. She knew what she had to do. You know, maybe it's not necessary to go for max. Now Reese is going to need a lot to keep on pace with True and Long. They both threw down some pretty big numbers, but Reese is also very tall. So once he gets himself onto the rope, now, but he's keeping those lockoffs in tight. He does have lockoffs for days. All right, so we got Eric loaded in here to the cliffhanger. And we just missed, there you go, Craig moving into first place for the adults on the sled wall. Looks like we got Gary loaded up next on the sled. Let's see if the old guy can get it down the track. He's got a bit of power left in those legs as Shell very precariously makes the turn on the balance run. Balance walk. Shell just couldn't quite get it down the balance run. Looks like she's a little shorter, and that long stride did it look like she got a little too far left on the balance trainer. It flipped on her. Gary. Gary does not have that 14-foot warp ball in him, I don't think. That's going to be a tough one. Tyler moves into second place on the pegboard, and Josh Schreiber is up for his second attempt. So now we're into the second round here on cliffhangers. Josh moving a little bit more quickly this time to make sure that he gets himself going back the other direction with enough gas in the tank to finish this thing. So now he's made the touch, he's got the point. Josh Schreiber now on the birdhouse. Hearing from his fellow competitors, they want him to complete here. Just check in right there. Matt D'Amico pulls into second place on the rope climb. Come on, Josh, you got this, buddy. Hang in there, hang in there. Annelise Grady trending ahead of Michaela Holman at the moment. And Josh makes it. Excellent. First place, our only finisher so far for the Masters on the cliffhanger. So good for him. And looks like Nikki just finished the balance run. So we got a finisher there in the ladies' balance run, 27 seconds. Great job, Nikki. Putting some of that old balance footwork to use. Now, Bev able to get that sled wall down the track. Josh giving me flashes here in the booth. He was so excited to have completed that one. Greg Barrett now up on the cliffhanger. Kyle Francoeur with another attempt on the balance run. He's looking solid here. There he goes. That'll get him back home. Excellent. 9 seconds. Pulls ahead of David Liddell. As Greg is making his way back in plenty of time. He is trending even ahead of his own time here. Oh, it was right at the end there. He slipped on his dismount. That's why he didn't get credit for the finish last time. But this is looking well ahead of Schreiber's pace. If he can put it all together here and finish this thing. All right, being very cautious here. Doesn't want to miss the grab. Gets close to it. And, oh, Greg. He's so close, it's so far, just right there at the end. You can't give it any more effort than that and not have something to show for it. Absolute merciless from hearing it from the rest of the Masters, though. Eric just laughing right in his face. We've all been there. All right. I think I just heard Colby say last round on the balance run. As Robin couldn't quite put it together there. We just saw Daria go up the 12-footer. No, I'm not sure if I've ever seen Daria do the 14-foot here. Her daughter Alyssa comes in fairly frequently to try this warp wall, and she does her bit of training. We usually see her on Friday nights as well. Daria Just looks really uncomfortable on the wall. Doesn't look like she wants to put a lot of power into it. Probably content with that second point, but you know what? She's a fighter, and so she just keeps taking reps. That's the heart of a ninja right there. And time will expire on her. So she picks up a point there on the sled push, but not on the work wall portion of that particular obstacle. All right, looks like we're done on the pegboard. Balance run is still going here with this group. These guys are, at least they're having fun with it. We might not see a ton of finishes, but I love this. That's it, Shell. There you go. There you go. Very dainty. Touches, and then back the other direction. The middles. Yeah, there we go. Shell gets it done. That'll help pad her. I believe she was in first place at the end of the first one, so that'll probably help her. Yep, first place on balance as well, so that puts her in a good position. Brian Biddleman, short work of the warp walls in the sled wall event, and gets himself a nice time, right about 30 seconds there. 29.95 gets himself a nice time. 29.95 sounds like a Price is Right price. Whatever you say, Drew. It looks like there's snakes up there on that board. She doesn't even want to touch anywhere near it. You know, for a volleyball player, you would think she would love being, you know, high up in the air, feel super comfortable. Maybe only as high as she can jump. Nikki fails on her second attempt. I think it's her third attempt on the balance. That's okay. She already logged a completion there. So Rachel Avalon makes her way out. Now let's see if she can get the point this time. She's taking a few extra hip moves here to get herself in gear. But if she can get out to that sun, score a point, that would definitely help her her score here heading into the third event. There's Kyle. Oh, Kyle just listed too far off to the side. They're just having fun at this point. Looks like they wrapped that. Whew. Rachel down into the fluffy mats. I don't know if you guys can see this on the live stream. Tim Keenan going flappy arms over here. It looks like, I don't know if he hurt his wrist or something. Maybe holding it a little bit. Or it could just be, yeah, it looks like he's just trying to punch the lactic acid out of his forearms. All right. Now we got the big man, Paul Rand, up on the board. Come on, Paul. You got all those fingers are doing a lot of work. Paul's like 6'3". Used to be easily over 200 pounds. Yeah, that's a big move for a big man. But it's not always about, as one of the larger ninjas myself, you know, pushing 200 pounds, I can tell you that those fingers are just doing a lot more work, especially on an obstacle like a cliffhanger. You know, with rings and things like that, it comes and hits into your shoulders. Eric, again, is not a small ninja in his own right. He's very muscular, you know, built like a OCR racer or, you know, some type of a CrossFitter. Okay. Oh, but went for the throw. Probably not the best idea there, Eric. High on confidence. All right, and that'll do it for this round. So, all right, ninjas, that'll do it for rotation number 2. Just to recap where you're headed next. Cliffhanger, you're headed to sled push. Sled push is headed to rope climb. Rope climb is headed to pegboard. Pegboard is headed to balance run. Balance run is headed to cliffhanger. Coaches, I'll give you about 5 minutes to explain the details to your athletes, and then we will get started. All right, as our coaches get our athletes organized here. Take a few seconds to give shout-outs to our sponsors for this weekend. First and foremost to our friends at NinjaWorks, who are the best game in the business, the ultimate in ninja timing systems. There we go. And our sponsor, 10,000. 10,000.cc is the website. Elite, Adult, and Masters winners are going to receive a $200 gift card, or gift code, rather, to 10,000. The pop-over midweight tech hoodie that both Sherry and I are huge fans of, haven't taken them off since we've gotten them. If you're a guy, their workout shorts are top-notch. You feel supported and ready to lift every weight in the gym you can find. They breathe well. The interval short is one of my favorites. It's great for running and even swimming in the pool in the summertime. The foundation short is great for moving some weight around the gym, obstacles like the sled push, battle ropes, or even your regular deadlifts and squats. Man, those things are built to last. So head over to 10,000.cc. They're joggers, hoodies, hats, socks, all that stuff is all unisex. And so there's something for everybody at 10,000.cc. Also want to give another shout out to our sponsor who isn't listed up on the board, Stage 4 Designs. Stage 4 Designs builds all the obstacles that you see here at Action Athletics. We also build commercial and residential courses for families and businesses all over New England, hosting special events. We love to put our creativity to the test. Stage 4 Designs, elevating obstacles. Head over to stage4designs.com. Today, if you are looking for an obstacle to challenge your agility and balance, which it has been doing to our athletes today on this balance run, all the obstacles that you see there are part of our Stage 4 Designs B series, which are available for purchase at stage4designs.com. Check in on our leaderboard here. Oh, nice. We got double leaderboards. This is great. So in the young adult division, Ben Rosenblatt, wow, sitting in that top spot, edging out Tyler, Aiden, and Carter. So a three-pack of action guys there. And then Dave Vergara still sits in that top spot for the adults. Dinesh pretty comfortably there. Oh, no, actually not comfortably. It is a three-way tie for second, third, and fourth place. So anybody's game there. We'll have to keep an eye on Brian and Craig here in the next round and see if they can maybe establish a few more points and get out on him. But don't sleep on Kyle Francoeur. He is a super accomplished ninja in his own right. Shell and Nikki and Ellie battling it out for the top three spots there with the ladies. That's no surprise. They are all super strong. Taking nothing away from Jessica, Caitlin, and Robin, who still have a shot here. Only a few points separating top from the bottom there. And in the Masters division, Daria extends her lead over Stacy. There's 4 points. Now we got a three-way tie for second, third, and fourth there in the women's Masters. And Josh Schreiber sitting atop that Masters division male. But Eric and Greg are certainly not going to make it easy on him, and neither are Michael, Tim, and the rest of the field. So looks like we're getting started here in our next round. So we're going to set our countdown timer that just sort of loosely governs things. These guys go. So looks like we've got the elites on the pegboard. Now, a little bit of an update here for how the pegboard is going to change for the elites. It's a classic pegboard problem known as no peg left behind. And what we've done is inserted 2 of the regular pegs, like every other athlete has been contending with, and then a peg ball grasper, an old school ninja obstacle. It's a giant ball, about 3 inches in diameter. Their goal will be to get the... Oh, Greg Busco, while I was explaining that, just moved himself into first place on the cliffhanger. Nice job. Was able to complete for the adults. So the elites are going to have to get all of the pegs into the final 3 holes. Lay the smackdown on these elites. All right, so the goal is to get the 2 pegs and the peg ball all the way to the end into the last 3 holes that you see there at the top. Now they'll score points as they move their way down the pegboard, and they'll all the pegs must move in order for them to score points. So whatever, as their body travels through it, whatever the trailing object is, that's the points that they're scoring is on that one. So once we clarify a few rules there, the elites are so competitive that they're constantly trying to find a workaround. I think True had asked Ethan if he could just put the peg in his pocket, which is a classic move. We've seen ninjas do that before. It's not in the spirit of the obstacle, and we can make rules to kind of keep ninjas from doing it that are within the confines of, the NNL's framework. In my opinion, we just kind of wanted to let these guys open up a bit and see how fast they could possibly do this. I had Ethan test it yesterday. He did it in about 45 seconds. No surprise here. True gets it done a bit faster. There you go, about 28 seconds. And he's going to try to come all the way back. True's got 15 seconds to get himself all the way back down. Can he do it in under a minute? Couldn't quite make it all the way. All right, let's see what Stacy's got for this sled wall push here. She's a hard worker. I think she's getting that sled going pretty well, but she is a little afraid of the warp walls here. She has made that well known every time she's come in. She's getting a little direction from Josh. Up the warp wall she goes. She can get it. Wow, Dinesh getting 9 on the rope climb. Now remember, with the adults. And Matt, whoa, look at that. Aiden Shainlane. I didn't see the time on that one. There we go. 6.91 seconds. That is absolutely nuts. We were running something similar to this yesterday, and that was crazy. I think the fastest that the teens were able to do this with a arguably easier setup was just slightly under 8 seconds. So Aiden, nice job getting that done. All right, we got Guang now on the pegboard. Carter had to bail early on the balance run. Looks like he couldn't get that done there. Guang is trying to keep everything straight. You add that third peg in there, and it's just so much more to think about, because now he's left it way behind him. He's crossing over, just using a lot of time. You kind of don't want to end up in a situation where you have to put all your weight on that peg ball. As we see Ben Rosenblatt moving to second place for the balance run. Guang's trying to get his shoulder to do what he wants it to do to get him to spin around. 2 seconds, he pulls the peg out. There he goes. So it looks like we're probably going to get 4 points for Guang on that one. Rachel Abelo, she moved this sled. As you see right there, Craig just moved into first place. We had said people were going to come for that top spot, and Craig was one of those guys. If he scores well in this rope climb event, he's going to be in good shape. Let's see if Gary can get a few reps on this rope here. Come on, Gary, get those legs on. Casey utilizing her, almost at this point, it's become a signature move, her figure 4. She's so comfortable with her legs hanging out up there. But, it takes a little bit of extra time, but, I mean, she's covering some ground, so. Good Gary get up there. Oh, and Aiden, yep, still in first place there. 6:48. I didn't even think that time was possible. That's crazy. Sub 7. It looks like Rachel got her 12-foot warp wall, so that's good. She's going to just rep it out here on the 14. So she got her point for the sled push. One of our fan favorites here coming up on the cliffhanger, Shell. Always a positive attitude. One of the nicest people in Ninja. She always gives me shout outs when she's doing the live stream and I'm chatting away throughout the season. So give her a little extra positivity here. All right, so Casey ended up with 4 on that one. I think she probably spent a lot of time just doing all the figure fouring. You know, it just takes a little bit of extra time. But at least maybe it saves her hands for some later events. Here goes Bev up towards the ceiling. Come on, Bev. Get that. There you go. Scores a point. Now, this is an event that should favor Paul. If he can get the 14-foot warp wall, Paul Rand's extra height should help him. Judge says no. He's got to get his hand all the way up there. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. All the way up. Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. There he goes. All right, now grab that sled.
Lean back and pull.
No.
There you go. Keep going, keep going.
Nice job, Paul. Gets a full pull on the sled wall there. Bev manages to get 3 reps on the rope climb. That'll move Paul into 4th place. And Reese making his way back, but he left the peg ball all the way up there. That is a long reach. Good thing he's got such long arms. There he goes. Nice, Reese Matthews gets a 9 spot, moves him into 2nd place on the elite pegboard. Oh, so 8th place for Reese. Sorry, as we get a clarification on that one. No, 8 points. No, he's still in 2nd place.
Drive the leg, again.
Too many cooks in the kitchen here, correcting my, yeah. Okay, good, making sure we get this right here. Looks like Jack is almost back for a full completion on the cliffhanger. If he can get his hips lined up. Man, it's crazy. Yesterday, all the kids who made it back on the cliffhanger had no problem lining up their hips for the dismount. We have not moved that dismount back from where it was with the teens yesterday, but I've noticed a handful of the adults really struggling to get their hips lined up for their dismount. All right, here we go. Now, Josh Schreiber's an interesting one on this warp wall, and his teammate, Nikki, is eyeing up the... Josh electing to go 14-foot wall first, which was probably smart for Josh because he does better on that 14-foot warp wall when his legs are fresh. He's been struggling with it all season to be consistent with it, and that's a pretty good run out of Josh, I gotta say. That's for him to get up that 14 on the first try is huge, giving him a lot of confidence. And now Nikki on the cliffhanger. Wow, Matt D'Amico putting on a clinic over here on the pegboard as well. I think 10 moves him ahead of True Beggar. Wow. So, great job, Matt D'Amico. He's such a sleeper. That kid has been around the game for so long. Been training up at Jimja for as long as I can remember. He's a really good kid. I hear the crowd cheering for Nikki as she makes her way back down the line here. Nikki couldn't quite bring it all together, but let's see, we got Mia. Hey, that'll move her to 2nd place. Just a little bit behind Ellie on time as far as the cliffhanger goes. All right, now Mia electing to not use the climbing technique. She's not doing the figure 4. She's just going all shoulders here. Shoulders and abs. So let's see if she can make her way a little further down the board. Uh-oh, who's getting carried out of here? What did Stacy do to her leg? We're gonna get people on site. Go see what Stacy's doing with her. Stacy doing with her knee. Ankle maybe? I didn't see it. Maybe she took a run at the warp wall. I wasn't looking at the feet on the sled wall when she ran, but we'll get to the bottom of that. Hopefully she's okay. So here we go. Here's Mia moving ahead of Casey, just getting out to that 4th one a little bit faster. I do think Casey electing to go with the figure 4 technique probably slowed her down. The fun never stops here in the office at Action. I'm sure it's somebody calling about a birthday party or kids' classes or something else, but that's why we made voicemail. All right, so Mia pulling ahead of Casey on the pegboard obstacle is pretty big in terms of that back and forth that they're going to have. So she managed to gain some ground on her. as those two battle it out in the women's division. And then Ellie pulls into first place on the rope climb. Greg had a pretty easy completion his first time down the cliffhanger. He's making use of his length for sure. And those leggings are pretty cool. Gets his hips going. You can push off. There you go. Nice job. Good completion from Greg. 31 seconds, just about 5 seconds behind Dave Vergara on the cliffhanger. And with that, let's see, Dave Vergara still sitting in the top spot here on the cliffhanger. So that'll be good for him. He's been claiming that #1 spot all day today for the adult men. Dave's won a few comps this season. I mean, he's not a ninja to be slept on. Who knows? Maybe next season he might think about mixing it up with the elites. He's been doing pretty well here with the adults. So his program down there at Cape Cod's been getting pretty strong. Robin's struggling a little bit on that cliffhanger. You can tell when you have the long arms and your hips are just kind of all over the place. It just makes it that much harder to hang on to the board. All right, so our last event here that's continuing is our cliffhanger. Tyler Mavizian, I believe. Oh, he was just going for full. He was just trying to get that point as fast as he could. I don't think he had a completion in him, and he knew it, so he just wanted to get out. Maybe a smart strategy there. Put him outside of the finishers, put him in with the fastest time. So he just kind of beat Dinesh to the spot. A little bit of strategy coming into play there for Tyler. So finishing out round 3 here. A couple more competitors here on the cliffhanger. Jessica St. Dennis representing Laid Back Ninjas, one of the few people here representing Laid Back. Hands are looking really strong. There she goes, but she is long arm through this hole, which kind of indicates that she doesn't have the ability to change levels maybe as readily as this obstacle requires. And she's eyeing it up, just wondering, if she had the pull for it. That's when you see athletes hanging with long arms like that, you kind of know they might not trust their ability to change levels, and that's what ended up hurting Jessica there. And Shell back up on, giving us a little Ethan Swanson swan there. She is ready. And grabs the board. One of our smaller competitors is going to lean out there. But now look how Shell's got, she's driving her knees up to the spot. We talk about level change. That's one thing that you see a lot is if their knees are bent, pushing towards the position of the next hold that they want to grab, that indicates good connection between the upper body and lower body. Good ab control. Yeah. But now as she's going back and forth underneath this one, that's going to pull her off the board. She needs to get her direction going up and in. Just trying to get control of the abs there. So much going on. Your hands are giving you feedback. You're trying to kick to generate momentum. Now she's slowing it down, just trying to lock it off up to that. Oh my God. She's working so hard. Yeah, just getting a little bit out of rhythm. It's so hard to get back. That's why the great ones make it look easy. But anyone who's come to an open gym or tried this this sport for the first time. It's very humbling, even on an obstacle that seems fairly straightforward to those of us who've been doing ninja for a while. All right, another laid-back ninja. Jack up on Cliffhanger. There goes, grabs the backside of the birdhouse. Totally fine in this division. Only the elites not allowed to do that. Touches the sun, gets the point at about the 17-second mark. And it looks like he's going to make it all the way back here. He's just got to get the dismount. And he gets it. Nice job. Well done, Jack. That'll put him in 4th place for the Cliffhanger. Dave Vergara's mark of 19 seconds on there is really, that's going to be a tough one to beat. Now, I believe Nikki peeled off after touching the sun in her previous run. So she's going to need to either get to the sun very quickly or hopefully have enough gas in the tank to get herself all the way back to the platform. She's only been doing ninja for a little over a year. She was a collegiate basketball player, a collegiate athlete. Very, very strong. Has a motor that doesn't quit. But Nikki's drawback is she hasn't seen as many hands, so to speak, as a lot of other ninjas have. Her lack of experience can be an issue from time to time, but she's always learning. She'll be the first person to tell you that she loves the sport, and there's a lot that she needs to learn about it. So there she goes, gets out to the sun quickly. Now with 24 seconds, her part's over, but now her fingers are starting to burn. Yeah, just doesn't quite have the endurance yet, but it'll come. 35 seconds out to the sun. Pretty nice for Nikki. Now Kyle Francoeur up next. I believe he's one of the last ones in this group to run. And he was just sitting just outside of that that top group. I think he might have been in 5th place heading into this event. So we definitely want Kyle to do well here, see if he can knock on the door. Looking strong, looking strong. There he goes. That's it. Getting a lot of encouragement from the floor here. It's one thing I love about this adult group, this masters group. They're so, the camaraderie is great. They're so positive to each other. They make sure, there it goes. Nice, good job, Kyle. 28 seconds, 29.95. Wait, 29.94. Oh, almost hit the Price is Right number there again. All right, and that's going to do it for rotation number 3. All right, as we head into round number 4, ninjas. So, cliffhanger to sled push to rope climb to pegboard, pegboard to balance, balance to cliffhanger. Coaches, I'll give you about 5 minutes here to explain the subtleties to these new events as true waves to the Cameron. Always the ever showman. 5 minutes, coaches, and then we're going to get this wave started. All right, check in on the leaderboard here. Aiden still sitting. Oh, wow. Aiden moved up the young adult leaderboard. Now he's sitting in the top spot. Knocks Ben out of the top there, so he went from 3rd to 1st. I think we're going to start calling this between round 3 and 4. That's the moving day, you know, on like at the Masters on Saturday, they call it moving day because that's when people move up and down the leaderboard. Here we are with Dave, still sitting at the top spot there on the adults. He's going to be tough to beat today for sure. Got a 4-point lead. Shell with only a 1-point lead on Nikki and Ellie, still hanging in there at 12 points apiece. So that race is still anybody's game. Michael Cavallo moves himself up to the top of the Masters leaderboard, knocking off Josh Schreiber. And Greg Barrett still sitting there in second place. So that one is still a tight race. You got a tie at 8-8 and 10-10 all the way down to 4th place. Daria still sitting at the top of the Masters females. True opened up a 2-point lead there on Matt D'Amico. I think Matt's performance on the rope climb really helped him to hang in there on this one. We'll see how these guys tackle the balance. This one will be tough. Matt is a very, very strong parkour ninja. Casey with 1 point out on Mia. Casey pretty quick here. The balance should help, but Mia's light on her feet as well. She's a gymnast. She has great balance too. We got track star versus gymnast. Casey versus Mia. So that'll be an interesting one to watch as we head back to our broad view. So just a quick reminder that coming up here in 3 weeks at Action Athletics, we've got our traditional Nnl Qualifier, which is our course run. Every year we do our best to put together a course that is meant to, as we say, rewards confidence and bravery. I like to put something together that's fast, challenging, aggressive, big obstacles, commitment obstacles. We tested a lot of fun things during our Nina Championships, obstacles like the Mega Juicer and Son of Ragnar, and Hall Brawl, which you can kind of see there above our athletes' heads on the balance run. You might be able to catch just a little bit of the low side of it. It's a really fun obstacle. We've got a few more variations of it that we can't wait to roll out here for our course run, so you'll see a lot of great obstacles. Action Athletics Nnl Traditional Qualifier, the weekend of May 1st and 2nd, and that'll be registration opens for that tomorrow at noon. That'll be April 12th, Monday, April 12th at noon. Go to actionathletics.com and register for our traditional qualifier tomorrow. Looks like we're getting our cliffhanger group going a little bit early here, and that's probably a good thing because they're always the ones that hang everybody up. And I'm just going to nudge the rest of the coaches to get their groups started with a little Ninja Works countdown timer. 15 minutes on the clock here. Try to keep to at least a loose schedule. All right. So it looks like Ben Rosenblatt is not going to get credit for that one because he peeled off the landing platform back. There's some orange mats that are back there you can't really see to the competitor's left. If you're looking at the cliffhanger, Tyler Chasen is up next. He basically fell off the start-finish platform to the left. Okay. Michael Cavallo trying to pick up a little ground here in his division. You hear True cheering on Tyler to get through the cliffhanger here. True waiting his turn on the balance. Gotta love the positivity and camaraderie between these ninjas. Tyler and True were teammates on the action team for a number of years. There he goes. Excellent. And Tyler moves into first place. At least on their first attempts on the cliffhanger. They'll get a couple more attempts there. Daniel Harlow really aggressively going after this pegboard. And Dave Vergara just keeps sliding himself into first place and across these divisions. He's going to be a tough one to beat in that adult male division. Looks like he might be getting himself some new 10,000 gear at the end of the day here. Now, Annelise Grady, another former Action Athletics and Jimja team member. She's been getting her face back into Ninja this season. She took a little bit of time off, played some softball. We all took a little bit of time off during the pandemic, and it's nice to see some of these familiar faces back in the gym. We're so happy to see all our Ninja friends back competing. There we go. Whoa, Guang goes for a spill. There we go. Just a quick skills clarification. I think we could probably hear Ellie in the background there. Always a great cheerleader as well. All right, Casey gets a completion on the balance run, and Aiden moves into first place. Wow, for the young adults on the cliffhanger. Now this is a new cliffhanger setup for Michaela Holman. Michaela is another regular here on Friday nights, comes in for our obstacle jam in the evenings for 12 to 17-year-olds. She hasn't seen the cliffhanger setup like this before, but you know, maybe there's a bit of comfort there when it's your home gym or you're an athlete that trains and has seen other people do it before as well. Here goes Matt D'Amico down the balance run, going to finish in about 16 seconds. Okay. That'll put him in first place. True has yet to go. So they'll be battling that out. You can hear Craig over on that pegboard just slamming the pegs in. Mia, fleet of just runs off the side of the balance. Now Carter Smith with his hand looking as though it's about to fall off. Getting onto the cliffhanger. I don't even know if he can hang on to anything anymore. He's going to be praying that they get over to the balance sometimes. Oh wait, he already just came for the balance. So maybe the sled push will be Carter's redemption, because, well, then again, his fingers are hanging in. All right, so Eric. All right, so we're going to take a short timeout here while we clean up the obstacle. Looks like Carter might have opened up a little wound there on his cliffhanger. So we're going to disinfect everything as Casey makes a quick turnaround on the balance run. That was a good one, 13.97 for Casey. She and Mia battling back and forth. Let's see if Mia can put together a run. I believe that's 2 completions for Casey, and Mia still needs to get a score in. Now, Shell is facing down, there we go, 12-foot warp wall. And what does she have for the 14? These walls are very similar to what she trains on down at Strive. She's got to be able to get that. All right, now we got Josh Schreiber on the rope climb. Just clicked through for number 7. As you see our crack ninja team hanging out there, just wiping the obstacles down. We want to make sure everything's disinfected. And we should probably give it just a second to let that dry. And Josh looks completely gassed after logging 10 in 53 seconds, I believe. Oh, Eric did 10 in 52 seconds. Oh my gosh. Just edging him out. Wow, that's so close. Bev makes a move on the pegboard. That's good. She's hanging it out there. So Corona presented some interesting things here for ninjas this season. If you'd watched live streams at some various different competitions, you may have heard athletes elect to not have obstacles wiped down after the previous competitor had gone because they felt it was a disadvantage that an obstacle was either slick or didn't have chalk on it or something to that effect. So you may have just heard me run out on the floor and tell Ben to put a little extra chalk on his hands because we did just wipe down these obstacles, and we wiped them down wet but also dry. We'll give them a few minutes here to air out, but in those situations, always smart to just get a little extra chalk. All right, now here we go. Nikki on the 14-foot wall. She's about a 33% 14-foot completer. Coach Matt says no, she needs to get her hand up a little bit higher. Come on, Nikki. Some days she puts it all together and she'll go 5 for 5, and other days it's like 0 for 12. And she's such a strong competitor that she needs to get out of her own head, line up her steps, and to let it flow. Whoop. Is that good? Oh man, it's just a bad first step. You can tell. First step. There. Nope. It's right behind that rooftop unit, the shot of the wall extends probably from where you can see another 6 to 8 inches up there. All right, let's see how Ben does on this cliffhanger this time out. He all but completed last time, but for a slight miscue there at the end. Taps, uses his 6-foot stature. As you see, Nikki's run moves her into second place there on the sled push. I believe Ellie was able to complete, so that's, oh man. All right, so Ben with the slip off there. I mean, we can't really, he can't be too mad because it's his own teammate and one of his good friends, Carter Smith, who managed to cause us to have to disinfect everything. Carter's a gamer, but man, he really great. So after watching Ben and Tyler slip off of those holds after we had wiped them down so readily, we're going to give it a second here to breathe, let the obstacles dry. We'll get back up there. One of our staff members here will put a little chalk on their hands and get up there and make sure everything's nice and dry. Because we don't want to put the athlete's grip at a disadvantage. Obviously, we want to keep everything disinfected. Yes. In this skills format, it's, I don't want to say it's looser, but the advantage goes to the athlete. We're not trying to make these obstacles any harder than they already are. And, by wiping something down with disinfectant solution, yeah, it's great. We've gotten blood off it and we're sanitary, but we also need to make sure that the obstacle is at a level in which it's at least a baseline for everybody else to do it. So that's what you see there. Just our crack team here, Sherry and Paulina, just making sure the obstacles are at least doable. All right, looks like our balance run has finished up as Casey takes another practice run on it and goes for a spin. Not sure how our elites panned out on the balance. Maybe we can get the leaderboard pulled up there on the balance run and see how everybody did. Guang taking the top spot in 7 seconds from Matamiko. But I believe we had an adult who do it a little bit faster than that, and even 6 seconds. True, surprisingly slow on that one, 10 seconds. So that gives the elites a chance to gain some ground on True's lead. So that is going to get really interesting going into the next round. And Mia couldn't put together a full run. So Casey's one completion at 13 seconds managed to take that. By spinning that half barrel 90 degrees, it makes the distance a lot farther than it is for the other groups. And though they can push off, you got to be really solid in the middle. All right, so Nate Pardo is up there. He's a pretty good baseline for seeing if holds are doable or not. He has a good feel. He gets a lot of reps here around the gym, so we'll trust his judgment that the holds are at least back to a baseline of tackiness. All right, so what we're going to do is, because those obstacles were clearly slick from the wipe down, we're going to give Ben and Tyler reruns on their attempts. We were already giving them 3 attempts, so we don't want to put them at the athlete at a disadvantage when they're going for time. So we'll give Ben and Tyler another shot at this. Annelise doesn't seem to have a problem with it, so it looks like our holds are back to at least a baseline that we can all be happy with as she makes her way to the sun. There we go. Gets the point and down. And that's good. She got out there to get the point. Michaela is going to have to at least score a point in order to try to top Annelise at that at the end of that cliffhanger. As we see Aiden, who's really, showed up today, giving these young adults something to think about. As we see here our sort of loose timer for the end of this wave go off, we'll make sure all these athletes get their reps in. Cliffhanger this whole weekend has been the one that's always run a little bit over. Pegboard a little bit yesterday, and there you go, no problem for Aiden. This kid came to play today. Love it, 24 seconds down and back. I think that might put him in the top spot for young adults. Yeah, his previous time of 22 seconds. Okay. Now Michaela, she needs to get all the way down to the sun at the end. And she needs to do it faster than 26 seconds if she's going to score a point and pick up here on Annelise, which means she needs to take the gap. She can use both sides of the birdhouse, which is a good idea, but she elects to not. Okay. Made that look pretty easy, though. That's what the elites are doing. Well done. Dig. And you hear Annelise cheering for her. She knows she's got a chance to beat her here. And, ooh, that's going to be close. But Michaela's going for the full pull. If Michaela can get all the way back, that's a surefire, then she's got it. Her arms are looking a little long, but she's the focus of the athlete's attention right now. That just didn't have enough cheering to get her all the way back there. Let's see how that... All right, Michaela just a second behind Annelise on that one. Okay. So now I believe this will be Ben Rosenblatt's third attempt. Okay. He's got the extra chalk on his hands. And he's going to be stepping up here to the start platform in just a minute. Rounding out the end of our fourth round here. So we keep in mind we have one more round to go after this, and then we'll give away some hardware. Our athletes' point totals will be finalized at that point. All right, Ben gets himself set to go. There we go. That's it. Now Ben's looking good. But his hips are starting to get out from under him. Good adjustment. Pulls his abs in, makes the connection. go. Ben looking strong here, going straight to the blue. Hips going. Sets him up, and he's clear. Great job for Ben. 26 seconds across there. And now Tyler's going to get another shot here as well. So Tyler currently sitting in second place, so he can't do any worse than second place as it stands right now. So this run is kind of, but he can go down and get Aiden. If he puts it in gear, that's it, that's it, that's it. He's just got to keep moving. No wasted swings. All the way up and across. He's got to get the point. Call him the magician. He makes magic happen. That's it. Ooh, uh-oh. Nope, he's okay. Good correction. I don't know if he's going to beat Aiden. He's got to get a quick dismount here. No. Oh, he knew he needed it. That was fine. He had to sell out on that one if he was going to make give Aiden a run. So, all right. That's good course awareness for Tyler. So I think that's going to wrap us up for round number 4. Okay. All right, athletes. We're heading into rotation number 5. So this should be the last skill that you guys have seen. Cliffhanger, head to sled wall held to rope climb to pegboard to balance to cliffhanger. Hi, Mia. Ready for this cliffhanger? Yes? I like your eye sparkles. As we get a look at the leaderboard here. It's a tight race here at the top of the elites, and Casey and Mia just trading shots back and forth. 7 points out. It doesn't look like Mia's going to be able to pick up the win here on Casey at this point. With a 2-point lead with one event left, I think she's out. But True and Matt are tied. So depending on how this cliffhanger goes, we could see, I don't know, a power shift here at the top. Wow, the rotating names at the top of the Masters list. Greg Barrett now moves into the number 1 spot, but he's got 12, 13, 13 there at the back, depending on the showing here. I believe the Masters are on the... Yeah, these guys are on the pegboard, which could, anything can happen on the pegboard. A lot of points to be scored there. Daria still sitting comfortably at the top of the Masters women. All right, as we pick up the action here, it looks like the elites are getting started on their 3 attempts here. We're going to definitely see their times increase as they go through here. Now remember, the elites are only allowed to grab the blue portion. Okay. There we go. Casey makes short work of her first run there, 38.87. And we'll get our other athletes nudged here as Reese Matthews takes his spot amongst the elites up here at the top of the cliffhanger. Gets the countdown from Judge Paulina. Reese covers a lot of ground, and he is very comfortable with that gap. Hard hit on the sun. Jeez, man, take it easy on your knuckles. Big moves back across, and whoop, just like that. 14 and change, maybe 16:03. Was a little off there. 16 seconds. I know True is like salivating, sitting over there thinking maybe he can go sub 12 down and back. But Matt D'Amico is going to need a strong showing here. I think he can. I don't think he'll be able to catch True. Whoa, hips got out on him a little bit there, Matt. Just missed that one move, but he's not even going to bother with the birdhouse. And there we go. That could have been a 12-second run. 13:36. These elites making short work. We will not be waiting on Cliffhanger to finish out the series this round for sure. Mia up next. The action's coming fast and furious out of those elites. All right, now I'm just looking for a completion here out of Mia. If she gets this under her belt, she'll feel really good about herself. You know. There you go. Here, but not out there. Giving her a little extra. That's what we want. Mia's just a house favorite around here. Oh no. I've known Mia as long as I've been a ninja, and I've never once wished her anything but success. She's one of the friendliest people you're ever going to meet, one of my favorite ninja friends. So let's hope she can get a completion under her belt. All right, the action with the young adults continues over on the sled wall. Tyler Chasen moves ahead of Ben Rosenblatt. As True just up and down does his work. Is he going to go sub 10? Did he just go sub 10? Nope, 10:68. Just barely beat it. Wow. I mean, I don't even think I could walk out there to the start platform and back in 10 seconds. That's great. I think even he was surprised. I think I just saw his reaction. He looked up there at the leaderboard on the projector. All right, now let's look for Annelise here to get the 14-foot warp wall. I know she can do it. She's done it in the past. A little stutter step at the start isn't helping her too much. She needs to stride out a bit more, hit that first step on the wall. Well, still coming up just a little bit short. It's a result of the sled push. It takes so much out of the athlete's legs to get that, and then by the time they hit the warp wall, it's just like, what the heck just happened to Kwong? I was expecting to call his run in a second. All I look down, he's on his back. He'll get a couple more attempts. Tyler Mavizian moves into first place in the rope climb. Look at that. He wins Spartan races, man. Tyler is super strong. He is no stranger, as Ellie can't quite reel in the balance. All right, Casey locked and loaded on the Cliffhanger. Driving her knees, big pulls, skips the birdhouse entirely. From this hold, she's going to reach out and grab, hit the sun, and back. Now, can she gap it the other direction? Nope, going to take the birdhouse on the way back. Felt like she didn't quite have the throw there. And sets her hips. Back, twist, and off. There she goes. Nice job. Might have ended up a little bit slower. Nope, faster than her last attempt. A little faster. All right, Aiden is in and finished in 19:20. I think that's going to move him to the top of the young adults on the sled wall. I think Ben had come in around 20 seconds, or Tyler. Yeah, so just edged out Tyler by about 0.8 seconds. Aiden really showed up here today, man. That's impressive. In their home gym, no less. He's just spanking these action athletes. All right, Michaela Holman. She's in here every Friday night working on this warp wall, just trying to get this thing. If she's ever going to make it, it's got to be today. She's one step away, just a little bit more power. Oof. And Matt D'Amico flying on this cliffhanger. Knows he needs 10 seconds to catch true, but he is all over the place. Whew. You know where he lost a bit of time there with Matt? He was up and down. If you watch, we're going to get another look here at True. I think they're both going to get one more run. Watch their hips as they're moving through this obstacle. Matt was so much up and down, a lot of amplitude, whereas True was more, more mellowed out. His hips, they moved where they needed to, up and down, but didn't over amplify. And so they're just a little bit smoother. I mean, we're talking about fractions of a second here on each swing. Now, Mia, you see her hips are very flat. There you go. Legs are staying hooked. Mia just doesn't trust her hands as much as maybe some of these ninjas that are throwing a little bit more positive. You can tell her finger strength. She's just kind of like, yeah, she's feeling it a bit. So when you don't have that confidence in your fingers, it makes it a lot harder to throw big and know that you'll be able to get the grab. Surprisingly enough, Eric a little bit behind Gary Simoji's pace here on the pegboard. I think I saw that flash up there for a second, but I think he gets. We'll have to double check with Ethan, who looks to be making his way to the booth, but I think, yeah, there you go. Eric's at 8. It's going to put him in the top spot on the pegboard. Now Carter falls down, too much power. Oh. True, 9 seconds, sub 10. Unbelievable. I mean, yeesh. Carter, if he hadn't fallen down, would have taken that top spot from Aiden in the sled wall. Man, I want to put that event in again. I think if we ever do one of these skills challenges, that's going to be an action athletic staple, that sled push warp wall thing. We can do some variations on it, maybe a little bit longer. Maybe we'll do one out in the parking lot if the day's nice or something, but man, maybe the ultimate sled push, like the whole way down the parking lot, and then a mega wall outside. Daniel Harlow couldn't quite hold on to the end. Now, at least Guang made it past his first hold here. So let's see if he can get a run here. There you go, Guang. All right, Josh Schreiber needs a good showing on this pegboard if he's going to knock off Eric's #1 spot. I believe Eric got 8. Josh has only got 10 seconds left, but he can pick up 3 quick points here. He's got to move up into that next scoring zone. Come on, Josh. No, couldn't get it done. So Eric's going to stay in that top spot, but that might move Josh ahead of Gary. It's possible. Craig coming in hard onto the balance there. Nikki moves into second place behind Ellie on the rope climb. And gets his legs under him as Greg. Oh, he's just having fun. That wasn't even for time. There's so much action going on here. All right. So, cliffhanger group. I believe. We still have action going on the pegboard. And, oh, Gary Simoji. Oh, no, they were running. Gary's just riding that horse. Let's see if Gary can get himself a completion here. This is a big step for the old guy. Come on, Gary. Get out there, boy. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Gary Simoji throws down, moves himself into second place ahead of Josh Schreiber on the balance. Josh will never live that down, at least as long as I'm alive. Gary beat Josh on the balance run. All right, now. Greg Busco on the rope climb. He's had a really strong showing here today. If he can get himself a lot of reps here on the rope. Looks like our elite ninjas are just having a little bit of fun over there on the cliffhanger. While the pegboard group in the Masters finishes up, and Greg, I don't think he can catch Dave Vergara, but I think he's fighting for a podium spot, I believe. Gets 10, 12 or 13 on this rope. Oh, I missed it on that one. Got to go back up and get it. Come on, Greg. There you go. There's 11. Can he get 12? He's got about 6 seconds left to go. Oh, he's reaching for it. There it is. Gets the dangle there at the end. 12 seconds. All right, puts him into third place, so that could help his overall standing. Michael Leoncavallo still there. Oh my God, Dave Vergara on the rope climb is just an absolute animal. He's a machine. Wow. Touch. Another touch. You can hear the jingle jangle. Another touch. Another touch. 11 for Dave, or 10. 11. And he's not even at 30 seconds yet. 13. 14. 15. Dave Vergara, look at starting to slow down a little bit, but my God, 16? Gets number 16. This True just throws himself from the ceiling. Wow, 17 reps out of Dave Vergara. I mean, if ever there was just an exclamation point put on, you know, just a total domination by Dave Vergara here today. That's True going for the big throws here. All right, let's see what's happening on the pegboard. Looks like the pegboard's wrapped up. Looks like rope climbs wrapped up. And now everybody's just having fun on the balance. Okay, so it's time to give away some hardware. Looks like we're not entirely wrapped up. Balance is still going with this Masters group. You know, they're a little slower, a little older. Just takes them a little more time to do anything, because anything worth doing takes a little bit more time. That's the motto of the Masters division. Don't break a hip. Don't bust your lip. Tim. Oh, no, that's Daniel. There he goes. Come on, Daniel. Nope. Not a lot of completions out of this Masters group. I'll tell you what, they're going to need to start checking in with the Action Athletics Boot Camp here. First thing in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We'll get a little group going here at 5, 6, and 7. We'll practice balance. We'll do some parking lot runs, work on our upper body strength. I definitely see some conditioning that could be had here. All right, now I believe that it was the final runner for the balance. So we're going to check back in here with our athletes and give away some awesome medals. And thank you guys all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. One last shout out to our sponsor, 10,000.cc. They're giving gift cards to our top finishers in the Masters, Adults, and Elite Waves today. Head over there for all of your premium athletic leisure wear and performance gear. Also, Stage 4 designs for all your residential and commercial obstacle builds. NinjaWorks, the ultimate in ninja timing systems. And a big, big thank you to our own Noah Bittner, the professor, who's been running director on this entire weekend. He's been here with you, making sure the leaderboards get pulled up when I need them and letting me ramble on aimlessly in his ears while he just continues to crush the graphics game. So we love Noah and Renata. We can't do it without the team here. We wish Carl was here with us and Caleb. We miss the whole NinjaWorks family. But I'm sure we'll see him again in about 3 weeks at our traditional Nnl Qualifier. So until then, this is Doc Obstacle, Nate Brosey signing off in the most cringy way possible. We'll see you next time, guys. All right, athletes, the results have been confirmed. So it's time for us to give away our wonderful, fabulous awards and prizes. So if I can get a little staff help here to bring out these giant medals that you guys can wear proudly. We'll head up front to our beautiful podium section. You guys can take some awesome pictures. All right, ninjas, so we are going to begin. Podiums, we'll do everything right up here. It's too cold outside and it could start raining at any moment. So, starting with young adults. We're going to start with our young adults. All right, can I bring everyone's attention to the podium section up here, right in front of our awesome stage and repeat banner. There we go. So all your photos look nice when you guys are standing up on your podiums with your hardware. Okay, before we get to that, just one final reminder. Registration for our traditional Nnl Qualifier opens tomorrow at noon. So that's Monday the 12th at noon. Register early. Don't register. Just register once. Once is all you need. Traditional course, it'll be as much of a celebratory weekend as we can make it if the weather holds out. I got big indoor-outdoor plans. I know 10,000 is going to be a part of that event as well, and they're looking to sponsor like some festival obstacles outside and give away all sorts of stuff. So look for that. 3 weeks away, May 1st and 2nd. All right. In the young adult female division, we had 2 competitors, so congratulations. You're both getting medals. In second place, we had Michaela Holman. And in first place, Annelise Grady. And I'll hold on to the bronze medal. I don't win anything anymore. Very nice, ladies. All right. You may step down. In the young adult male division, in third place, Tyler Chasen. In second place, Ben Rosenblatt. And in first place, Aiden Shanley. Great job, gentlemen. And the Mr. Congeniality Award goes to Carter Smith. Bled all over everything he touched today. He gave everything. Let's do adult, in the adult division. All right, in the adult ladies division, it was a tight race the whole day. We were watching that leaderboard, making sure we got everything calculated correctly. So, all right, here we go. In third place, we have Shell. Second place, Nikki. And in first place, Ellie. There you go. So, Ellie, on the back of your medal, you will notice there is a promo code, and that is worth $200 at 10,000.cc. $200 to the top winners, where you can buy things like this awesome mid-weight pullover, hoodie, or joggers, or socks, or hats, or anything else. They're fantastic. We love it. Okay, good job. Congratulations. Get off my podium. What? Oh, and there was a qualifier. Sorry, there was a qualifier. Jessica. Where's Jessica? Yay! Good job. Everybody clap for Jessica. There we go. Take a picture. Somebody. There you go. Well done. Well done. All right. Now in the adult male division, in third place, Jack. In second place, Kyle. And in first place, with one of the most dominant performances I think I've ever seen in my life, Dave Vergara. All right. All right, Dave, if you look on the back of your medal, you also have a promo code for $200 to 10,000.cc. All right, now moving on to the Masters ladies. Masters ladies. In third place, let's hope she can hobble her way up onto the podium. Where's Stacy? There you go. I don't know. Scored, you just, you had 12 points. At least you got something to show for it. There you go. Awesome. Just sit. You can sit. All right. In second place, Rachel. And in first place, excellent work, Daria. They are all qualified already, so they're ready to head to regionals in a couple weeks. Good job, good job. Daria, if you look on the back of your medal, you've got a promo code to 10,000.cc. So there you go. All right, now, somebody help Stacy get back. All right, by the time I announce it, then you'll be. All right, in the Masters male division, I mean, this one was all over the place. You guys were jockeying for position all day. It was so exciting to watch you hobble and stumble your way through that balance challenge. I'll give you plenty of practice on it. You guys, anytime you want to come in, we can do it. In third place, Josh Schreiber. All right, second place, Eric. I'm not even going to try. Dude, do you get a trophy? I know, I owe you a trophy. Yeah, I've been planning this event. I have to make them at stage 4. He's so busy, man. I'm trying. In first place, Greg Barrett. Yep. Greg looks like he could up his hoodie game a little bit, so there we go. He's got a promo code to 10,000.cc on the back of his medal. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, Greg. Go visit the website. I'm sure we'll see you back here in a few weeks. Yep. Go watch the Masters. It'll be great. All right, now moving on to our elite division. So we had 2 ladies in our elite division battling it out all day long, so congratulations. You're both going to get medals. In second place, we have Mia. And since Mia is a bit of an elitist with where she chooses to compete, Mia actually qualified today because she only competes here. In first place, Casey Rothschild. There we go. Congratulations, ladies. Well done. Casey, if you look on the back of your medal, you also have a $200 gift code to 10,000.cc. Very nice. Yep. All right. Now, in the elite men's division, we have our 3 finishers here. These guys were fun to watch all day, too. Man, you guys were really pushing each other. It was all over the place. Honestly, I mean, maybe I'm just because I'm in that division. Yeah. In 3rd place, Guang. Get out of here. They're playing some kind of like, you guys playing like some kind of Asian switcheroo on us? Is that what this is all about? All right, in 2nd place, Matt. Oh, it's across the division. I get it. Oh, thank God this isn't racial at all. Jesus. For a second there, I really thought I was in trouble. In 1st place, True. Well, congratulations to these three knuckleheads. True. How are you going to spend your money to $10,000 that's on the back of your medal there, now that's hanging around your neck? Now that you have the promo code memorized and you're going to get to it before he gets a chance to go. Well, congratulations, everybody. We really appreciate you guys coming out on a Sunday and being flexible with your times a little bit. I look forward to seeing all of you guys back here in 3 weeks for our traditional qualifier. For now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye. And so did Craig. Oh, sorry, Craig and Daniel. Yes, you guys qualified. Good job.